Hi, I'm Alex from the DaVinci Group, and today we'll be unboxing the Vanguard Dynamics VAIL amplifier, which is an in-wall flush mount stereo amplifier for the Amazon Echo Dot, which is a voice-controlled smart speaker that also allows stream music, Bluetooth connectivity, multi-room audio features, paging, intercom, you name it, voice control. Pretty cool. So inside of the box, we have a cutout template for the wall plate, as well as the VAIL amp. We also have an instruction manual to give you some information on how to install it. We got the VAIL amp right here. We got a paintable faceplate. We have the input-output wall plate. UL rated 24-volt power supply. And 6 feet of cable. We got Cat 5 cable and standard 16.2 speaker cable. We also have inside the box 2 screws to screw the faceplate, or the wall plate, excuse me, onto a single gang junction box. And we also have this little power adapter as well. I'll show you in a bit how to use this. So we'll start with the Echo Dot and the VAIL amplifier. How does this all work? So we have a little switch right here. This is off, 4 ohm and 8 ohm. So the difference between these two settings is, well, if you have a pair of in-ceiling speakers that are 8 ohm, then you would just connect it or switch it over to the 8 ohm setting. If your speakers were 4 ohm, then you would select the 4 ohm setting. So we start off by taking the micro USB plug right here, which plugs directly into the back of the Echo Dot, and this is to provide the Echo Dot power. Next is to take the headphone 3.5mm jack, plug it to the back of the Echo Dot, and that's what we do to get the audio, the streaming music from the Echo Dot, as well as the Alexa responses. So Echo Dot goes right into the VAIL amplifier, and we take the faceplate, and you see this peg right here. You connect it to this little slot right here. So you match up the peg over to this little slot right here, and the faceplate snaps right on. To remove, it just pops right off. Okay? So this wall plate allows us to give the VAIL amplifier a second audio input. So you could theoretically plug a PC computer or a TV or a CD player, whatever analog audio source that you have inside the room, you can connect over here. If you had a powered subwoofer, want to add more bass to your system, subwoofer out right here. And over here, we have the 24-volt power supply or input for you to connect the power plug directly in, just like that. Okay. On the back of the VAIL amp, we have a RJ45 plug, which handles the audio input from the wall plate. This feeds Cat 5 over to here, as well as sends a subwoofer output signal from here all the way to here. So to illustrate that, we'll just plug in these two. And now these two pieces are linked. Next is to get power. So you plug in this power wire, 16.2 power wire, and connect it to here. And then once we plug power to here, now we're feeding power from a wall outlet through the wall plate, through the speaker cable, over to our amplifier. Now I'm going to show you what this little guy is for. This little adapter is for you do not run power through this wall plate. You can run power to the VAIL amplifier from anywhere else in the house, up to 300 feet away. So again, because we're not running power through the wall plate, we unplug this. And we would swap out this Phoenix connector with this Phoenix connector. Okay, once we have that connected, plug it in here, and you plug it in anywhere else in the house. So where does this scenario come in handy? For example, if you've ever seen one of these or have one in your house, this is an in-wall volume control. What it does is it regulates the volume to in-ceiling or in-wall speakers that may be in your house already. So most typical in-wall volume controls have an input and output connecting blocks. So if you have one of these in the house, you're already pre-wired for the VAIL amplifier. I'll show you how it's done. So over here, we have the output. So the output means it's getting the audio signal output over to a pair of in-ceiling speakers. We would basically disconnect that. So we just basically reconnect those wires over to our terminal block. Next, you take the terminal block from here, which is labeled for input. And where's the input from? It's from the head end, from the multi-channel amplifier that is powering that zone already. So we disconnect that, take two of those cables, and connect it to here, our power input right here. So let's just say you follow the same cable back all the way to the head end where the amplifier is at, take the two same cables, and then connect it to the terminal block, right as you see here, and then you just plug it into the wall. And that's it. If you have this in your room, you're in your house, you're already pre-wired for the VAIL amplifier. It's a direct swap. And well, what does that accomplish? It gives you voice control, smart home control, local streaming music, paging intercom system. So to give you an illustration of how this all looks when it's finally installed, let's set this to the side. We have the VAIL amp mounted on the board right here. So we've already have a cutout in the wall to install the VAIL amp. You see how it's flush on the wall? And here's our wall plate, and here's an electrical outlet. On the back, you'll see how it's all connected together. So we have the speaker cable, power cable that runs over to the wall plate, and from the 24-volt power supply over to the electrical outlet, and to connect the wall plate again to these two parts, standard Cat 5 cable. So if you'd like to know more about the VAIL amplifier, check us out on VanguardDynamics.com.